Look who's here. Well, how was the trip? Well, he's back. Good news is it's only going to be almost 90 tomorrow. 88. I hope you have air conditioning.
Well, as soon as I fix it in here.
No, at your house.
I got some at the house.
Good. All right. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Well, that's where Alizé's been coming out and peeing and stuff.
Those guys.
Okay, we're here with Joe. It's we're gonna get back on this.
We're just having a ball.
Just having a ball, and we're gonna
Actually,
take this thing all apart. What's left on it, down to the bare block. And Joe, if you want to explain exactly what you're.
we're doing that so we can bore it out and put 10 over liners in it, so we can put short port liners in it because we could not get what we wanted, and so I couldn't fix it to make it run like it's supposed to run, because turbo stuff, short port liners are a blessing, because you can take this thing and put quite a bit of fuel in it and it won't smoke at all, and it'll start like that and it's cold, and most people don't understand that. So I got one more bolt to take out.
So I say we're.
Yeah,
You're gonna
we
put
are.
this puppy in the back of your truck and take it to Eugene to a machine shop, right?
Machine shop, yeah.
And get it bored out to exactly 10 over. Is that how it works?
They're gonna. Well, okay. Here's the deal. You have to take the existing liners you have and make them fit the block. Sometimes there are certain.
Oh, you didn't take those
Yeah,
liners
those
with you?
have to go with this.
Okay, so you're taking.
Because as if you don't have them, the problem is that when you go to fit liners to it, you may find out that 10 over is big for those, and that's the problem.
Well, I was wondering about that because
You want to have it be right nuts on when you do this, because
with all the problems we've had with different things that different people say that's what
Yeah,
it's
I
supposed
know.
to be,
I know.
then it's not, and then you have another problem. So
Sure.
that's good.
This is not a repeat business. Well, see, like my buddy used to say, he says, this is not a future service opportunity. He said, we're fixing it for sure. So that's the difference in this stuff, is paying attention and making sure all this junk is good.
All right.
Well, yeah.
So you're taking the blower off, you're taking the bell housing off, you're taking the
All the cam and
the
balance.
cam,
and
the crank,
all that's coming out.
the whole shit and computer. Are you gonna have to take the rod?
I don't know yet if the studs are going to have
Studs
to
come out.
Don't know. It depends on how far their machine will reach down in the hole. And then the other side of this too is the upper part. Well, you can actually see the black spots where the ports and the liners were.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a little slice out of the upper portion of the block so that
Oh yeah.
the
So
ports line up with the.
they'll flow right through there.
So it's supposed to go like that.
So
That's
there'll be no blockage.
well, it'll.
Be less.
For the for flow, to get everything to do what they're supposed to do, you don't want to have stuff sticking in the hole.
Right.
And this is an early high block, and the liner ports in it were 3/4 of an inch, and the liner ports that you guys put in it were 1 inch and 50 thousandths, so they were a lot bigger. And then the ones I'm putting in it are 0.95. They're just 100 thousandths smaller than long ports. but it makes a big it tricks the compression ratio, tricks the engine timing a little bit too. It keeps the smoke down and stuff like that.
Okay, come on in.
That's glued on there. Somebody did a fine job of gluing that on.
Breakfast at the campground.
Okay.
It's like Camp 9. Well, how do you want to do this?
That's the plan, I think, until I change it.
Yeah. Take the 4 bolts off, scoot it out the back. What about the motor mount?
Just leave them on the housing like they are. Frisco? What? He's like,
What are you doing, Frisco?
well, he found the perfect environment for him. It's right there where the cold air blows right on his head.
Yeah. Did you want to look at those piston sleeves and stuff?
Oh, the new ones. The only thing I was interested in them is who the hell made them, because they look like shiny shit. There's a box of Dark Mark.
Frisco. I have one of them open.
I do.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's open.
Oh, he's hiding under the truck.
Oh. Like the surgeon.
There's pin retainers on the floor. Ooh. Fuck. That's no good. It's bent. So is that one. This is the same shit old grease monkey used the other day. He had bent retainers in the one he worked on. Slipper bearing.
So how do you fix that?
PC and tell them their shit's no good. Because it says FP, so this is Federal Mogul shit.
Is that good or bad?
It's okay. It's that little flat spot there.
Yeah.
That tells you that's a turbo dome. If it comes out as a pointed one, that tells you it's a naturally aspirated one. That so the parts guys can tell them apart, or somebody that knows is working on this shit can tell them apart. That's Interstate McBee. These are assembled shit from the... Yeah. There's 2 different suppliers. I love that. That's just fucking peachy.
So that's no good either.
Well, you don't know. If you're using the same shit from the same guy, usually you kind of have some kind of semblance of quality. When you buy shit from 2 or 3 different outfits, you don't know what the fuck you're getting. It's one of those surprise deals. I always like that kind of shit.
Well, did we get caramel or chocolate?
Or the runs. I don't know which one it is.
Well,
So we got FP pistons, which is unbelievable.
Is that like?
And this skirt here, I don't know why it's got oil holes in this one. That's the one that you worry about because the airbox pressure when your turbo will blow in there and give it crankcase pressure it's not supposed to have.
So what are we gonna do about these bent?
We just start counting until we get a pile big enough we can't climb over.
Are you talking about these two little dings there?
Yeah, you don't want to.
Well, why is that? How'd that happen?
I'll blame you. You had it apart, right? How's that work?
In the same place? I don't think so.
Oh, come on. You must have done it. No, because when they built the shit. See, that's that fucking multiple supplier bullshit deal. You don't know what the fuck, where this shit comes from anymore. That's the part that pisses me off. It's like, you make a valiant attempt to get the best possible shit to do what you're trying to do. A boner for the dog. She missed him. He was. Hey,
so that goes in your pants, does it?
Yeah.
Go to the bar.
He was sitting there. His eyes just fell shut. he was in worse shape than I was.
Yeah. Not getting enough sleep. That's never any good.
Slipper bearing.
Was there a slipper bearing in that other one?
Yeah. Let's see, and I get these boxes. See, the thing about this is you can buy these cylinder kits. The Federal Mogul stuff you can buy is linerless, so you can buy them without liners. And the intention there was that you could reuse your old shit, or you could yeah, there we go. Well, that one's good.
These are no good, he says. Why is that?
They're bent.
Is there any way to straighten that?
No. You bought new shit, you need new shit. That's how that works. That's the fabulous thing about
There he is.
the FP guys invented that linerless deal, because that way the turbo cylinder kit comes in a box, like with no liner, and then you order the liners you want to fit what you're going to fit, so you have a complete wall full of different size liners, and the pistons and all that shit will go from fit in any of them. They're just they save you. They just make it easier to handle and do all that shit together. Two more good ones.
Kicker.
Hitter.
Kick that girl.
You guys been watching Dexter?
Yeah, he missed killing the big guy.
Yeah.
I tried to wake you up, but had no part of it. Yeah, he was taking a nap,
I crashed.
which is fine. That's a good hard sleep.
Yep.
He probably was thinking
If
about
you can
Dick.
sleep watching Dexter, you're doing good.
Well, I figured it'd take too long to kill that guy that was that big.
Oh, he had him wrapped up good. He says, "You're not getting away this time." Was good?
So far, so good.
So,
2 out of
2 out of 4.
2. So, and then the port size on these, that groove that's cut here in the top, that tells you it's a short quarter liner.
You wouldn't tell me that.
Well,
It'd tell
that
you that.
identifies it for somebody that
Now it's telling me that.
I can tell you. Suppose I could bag them until I get back to them. O-ring slipper can go there. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
I've had choices
Should've found another opening.
since the day that I was born. There were loved ones that told me right from wrong. If I had listened, I wouldn't be here today. 'Cause I'm living and dying with the choices I've made.
Let the good times roll.
So, he's glad that they're not made from China.
Well, I can't tell you where these are made. The liners are from someplace. These are Interstate McBee. I've used their stuff before.
And
That was several years ago. It was okay then, but this is a whole nother decade or 2 or 3 decades.
You never know what joke. Did we get screwed again? That's
See, and then you run the same risk if you buy regulation Detroit parts too, because all that junk is lowest bidder.
yeah.
Because the Germans took all their American suppliers and just flushed them down the drain. Ooh, there's an empty one. He's gonna need a little.
Little pumping up. Maybe need some Viagra.
Yeah.
We can get that from Nancy Pelosi. I'm sure she carries a big stock.
She's probably the corporate go-to for that stuff.
There's only one.
No, there's 2. My buddy, he put some of these in and he goes,
You put them
son of a bitch leaks.
You put them together.
And he goes, what's the matter with this piece of shit? I reached down there and picked the one out and he goes, there's too many. But anyway,
But anywho,
I've got the wrist pin retainers. I keep extra in my truck, so to do this job, because you never know what you're gonna find.
that's true.
See, and the part that gets me, they just give you a part number. They don't give you a.
Whether it's 10 over or
They
not.
don't tell you whether it's 10,
Oh, the box.
which is, and I'd be kind of.
Doesn't the box say so? I think it does. It does right here.
Okay. No, that's the rings.
Oh, okay. So
That refers to these little guys. So the cylinder kit stuff itself is Federal Mogul. but the liners are from Interstate McBee.
Are those the good ones? You said that some of them are colored.
Well, you're gonna. So I was gonna look at this a little bit and see what we got here. See what we got for expanders. Because the instructions, which is complicated because they don't do a very good job of telling you what we got. Oh, we got orange and white.
And is that wonderful?
No, at one time for practice, Detroit changed the colors.
Just for practice.
Just for practice. I put one together that way. That was a really piss poor deal. And it was like, oh. Da-da-da-da. Yellow and pink. Orange. That's for 53 stuff. 92. White and orange. I wish they would print this stuff so white people could read it.
Oh. Well, it's not anything made for white men anymore. Don't you know that?
Pretty much.
It's you're a racist, son of a bitch.
That's me. Note.
Trump's calling for people to join in the class action.
Can we?
Okay.
We weren't blocked off of anything.
Well, yeah, you were. You couldn't say anything, or you get your warnings.
Right.
Okay. So the ones we want to use are the white ones, which is typically normal.
Racist.
And the orange ones go over the bank. That's all we care about.
Can't have an orange one. That's like Trump. That just pisses me off.
Well, I watched one of the announcers that doing his big report, and he's gone, well, yeah, now you decided you didn't want Trump. Now look who you got. Look at what the rest of the world looks at us like. It's like, those people can't even figure out what they want. It's like,
Well, I know what we don't want.
I don't think the people don't figure that out yet. That's kind of an amazing deal for me.
Oh, it is. Yeah, but anybody that's over 50 years old is understanding it.
Well, it doesn't help because you understand.
Actually, that's not true.
You're in a ball of yogurt here now for a while until they figure it out.
Yeah, there's some other stuff that we got over
Yeah.
there.
Those are the spacers. Those are the wrist pin bolts. These are the connecting rods. I wonder how good they are.
I don't know. Why don't you take it out and tell me how bad we did?
Well, see, this is going to be stuff out of the dumpster. It's not funny.
Yeah, yes.
Because you never know where they got these. Never ever know where they got these. You got to look at how good they did on them. Well, that one's a pretty late rod. Nothing exotic about it. It's just
All I care
good late model stuff.
all I care about is if it'll go 1,000,000 miles.
It's probably already done that twice.
You think?
Oh, yeah. There's nothing exotic about that one.
Well, then it's all seeded in then for another 1,000,000. If it's gone 1,000,000 miles and looks that good, I'd say if I had a woman that went 1,000,000 miles and looked that good, I'd be happy.
See, here's the deal that I dislike, is you can actually see that cap doesn't go to that rod. When that when
not
it was
fitted right.
see how wide that is and how
Yeah.
narrow this one is. This cap doesn't belong to that rod. See how it's machined? It's off to one side. It's okay.
Those sons of bitches!
See, that one there's going to weigh different than the rest. See, look at that. Look how much meat's on that one.
Yeah. So can we do something about the thickness here and that thin being thin like that?
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's quality control in a capitalist state.
Put that back over there. I don't know if I got that, so everybody out there in La La Land can see.
Well, you can see how that one's worked.
See how thin this one
machined.
is, and see how thick that one is.
Yeah, they're not.
That's really nice. So this one's only going to last 20 miles, and this one's going to last 56 miles.
See now that rod and that cap were put together when it was new. They haven't changed them. That's cool.
So let's send that one back.
You could. I mean, I wouldn't. If you want to do that, you are very welcome to, because that's an odd duck. That's one of those deals. There's another one that's kind of nice shaped. Different cap for the rod. Yeah, see. When they rebuild them, they really don't give a shit, because they're not putting the motor together. It's your problem. Yeah, see, there's another one of those. It's a leopard. They had different rod and cap together.
And with that fuzzy thing on there, man, you can't hear me.
Yeah, this is another one with a different cap to the rod. See, that's another one. It doesn't even. You can put them in; they'll run. It would be, as a good lab experiment, it would be great to balance them, see what they weigh, because it's just another one of those things that makes them run stupid.
Well, we don't want to have them run stupid.
Well,
Can't get away from it, can you?
sometimes you don't have that option. It's also, it's just easier to work with stuff that works, So that's why you see professional builders, when they build stuff, they may buy stuff from someplace and buy brand new rods, but they're made in Mexico or China or India, and then they have to go back through and machine them to suit themselves, and double check them to make sure all the holes are the right size, they're the right lengths, all that shit. But because the motors you get by with so much with one of these, they can be just put together ignorant and they still work. That's the deal about them. Nobody worries about it. It's like, it's your problem. You put it together, not ours.
So our product evaluation is some of these aren't.
Out of 10, maybe a 3.
So we got 2 of these.
I think there's about 3 of them there.
3 that are no good, right?
Well, they're odd duck.
And plus the
There's an odd duck. This one's kind of a work.
so it's thicker on this side and thin on that side. So that's not even lining. Well, looks like they bored them.
Well, there's another one that's weird. Another one. You got 3 and 3.
So if they bored this to each other, though, didn't they?
Well,
Take it out of the bag.
they
Just order 3 more, and then if they're good, only 2 of them are good. Then order 1 more, and then
Send the
shit
other ones back. And get credited.
You quit screwing around with me. You're already getting all this shit.
Well, see, that's the problem with working with the guy I worked with in Portland. Is great because all his stuff's Federal Mobile, and you can do better on the quality of part. But the problem is, this is a rebuilder's part, and that these things can come out of the dumpster. Have been laying out in the rain for years. You can, I mean, they'd machined that hole.
Yeah.
We can't tell you if the length is right, but that's.
Well, that'd make it sloppy.
Well,
If it didn't fit.
well, you run into the problem of spinning a bearing right away, and they, if you mic the rod and find out it's haywire. That's why, if you're going to build one of these, see, it even looks different from side to side. See what it kind of looks okay that way, and then you go over here and it looks like it was shot through at an angle.
Yeah.
And this cap and this rod, but they put the force together.
Yeah, maybe afterward.
Oh no, no, they picked up a rod and then they dug through the pile till they found another four and put them together. That's how that worked.
So if it was your engine, would you
Send them all back.
I wonder what the red here. See the red one and the white one? I wonder what that means. That's one of those deals. It's like the guy that made this shit probably knows exactly what that shit means. Because if you
I'd say red was danger and white was
Racist.
common.
Look at this one. It's got a little booger there. Who knows what that's about? Have to take that apart and find out.
Oh my God.
Right. See, if you don't look at this shit, you don't have to think about it. You just put it together. And if it lasts 6 months, you're clear. The guy that paid the money for it, he's like, oh, we have a problem.
How about I just send them all back and we get some from your guy?
I don't know where he gets. I have never bought rods from him. All the cylinder kit stuff I've always bought from him, and Federal Mogul got bought up. And the problem with them getting bought up, oh, I know what happened there. See the little hash mark? That was somebody down underneath the motor beating that out of the hole, and they only boogered it up a little.
I'd like to beat him out of a hole.
Can't you get those new?
I don't think you can anymore.
Well, then we got to deal with what we got.
So I don't know.
Is that going to make, how much difference would that make? I mean, if you mic these and they're not fitting
So
onto
since they
the-
machined the hole, I'm going to say it's going to be plus or minus, normal tolerance. The thing I worry about is this part, the length. Because if they're not the same length, you're going to have one hole pulling and one hole coasting. It's like it was when I took it apart. It had
So how you
had
gonna,
long and short rods in this one.
how you going to figure that out?
I got a ruler.
You got one Ron ruler.
And I got a measure.
I thought that ruler was Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, so you got two wrist pin retainers that can go back to the pile.
Mike, can I turn this water on up here?
Well, yeah, my lawn's starving to death, and Steve's up there like
He's got the.
Nancy Pelosi's ice
It
cream
looks
parlor.
like a fresh alfalfa crop.
Yeah, mine's dying back there, and
Looks
Steve's
like a
eating ice
stack
cream
of
with
weeds.
Nancy. Steve's eating ice cream with Nancy Pelosi and Dove ice cream bars.
Cussing like a sailor.
Took that off awfully fast.
Well, that's because I did it.
He held the hose.
I held the hose.
He held my hose while we did.
Oh my God, Steve's holding more men's hoses than I would like to predict. Steve's a man hose holder.
That would have been a better deal.
All right, children, we missed taking the blower off.
Nah, nothing missed.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
All this stuff's gonna be right here, Joseph.
Oh. Yeah, we just gonna have to get a bigger garage to keep taking shit off there.
No.
Come on, Mike, let's grab the wrenches and let's help the young man.
No, you don't need to grab wrenches. Here, stand right over there.
Grabbing wrenches.
That's yours. Take the bolt out of it and put it in my little red bucket on the other side.
And this over here.
And the cover goes
Up your pearly white
on the
eggs.
pile over there.
Up your pearly white butt.
You sure do have a pretty mouth.
Where'd that come out?
That's almost disgusting.
That's Deliverance. Remember, that was a great show.
That had to be Deliverance.
That was a great show. I really.
You sure do have a pretty mouth. Now get on your hands and knees and squeal like a pig.
No, boy, louder.
That old boy just died. After surviving that movie.
You know, I'm gonna kill you.
Here's my special bolts for the front of this.
Yeah, those are special.
Well, I had to get extra.
Are those 8th grade bolts?
Not actually.
Because if not, we need to get us some.
My bolt person shortchanged me a little.
We need to get some 8th grade bolts.
Bitch.
I ain't putting no bolt in that frame
Be
or
nice.
machine or that engine without it being an 8th grade bolt. You mother trucker.
It helps if you have grade 8 shit for sure.
Well, if we got such
I haven't had a grade A shit for quite a while since I started taking those antibiotics. Penicillin.
What do you got? What are you taking penicillin for?
My tooth.
Oh, that just means the doctors are trying to kill you.
I told him I'd get an ice skate and knock that tooth out for him.
No, I knew a guy that his dad pulled his own teeth and put in his own dentures.
Dang, I bet these look
But he
nice.
took, he grabbed it one tooth at a time and he'd grab it and shake it till it comes loose.
Yeah?
And then just pull it out. It would take like a week to get it loosened up so you wouldn't have to.
Oh, that
The one tooth wouldn't come out in like 4 pieces, but that's how you do that if you're on your own.
if you're on the farm.
Okay.
If you're on the farm, you can't get into town.
We're going to have to start working together on this. You don't have to walk over to the bucket every time if I'm going to be your hippie.
That's good. That's good.
What do you want to do with this? Throw it in the bucket. Okay, then
Go in the bucket.
why wasn't it in the damn bucket? Why?
Everything goes in the bucket.
You should have seen Leon and Jason's buckets.
They had an assortment of buckets, didn't they?
No, it's like round.
Yeah, and then Jason undid my wiring just by cutting them all.
That is
That's
good.
a special. That's rude. That is absolutely rude.
I told him too.
Cut somebody's shit up.
I told him, I said, hey, look, I got those all marked, so make sure you be careful with that. All right, I'll be careful with my wire cutters here, and I'll just show you how good I can cut your wires all up, and then you're just going to have to match the cut line.
He
That-
didn't say that.
Doesn't matter. If he cut the wire off, he's fit for the same problem that this little Chino got.
I agree. I'll get me an elephant
Well,
tranquilizer and
he's
shove it
one
up
of
his
those.
ass.
He's one of those toothless guys.
Yeah, he's got a toothbrush with one tooth.
Hand me the whole thing and I'll put the nut on it and everything.
Well,
I never did any meth. The meth did me. Give me.
these here are ones that are.
You know how long toothpaste lasts him?
These are what?
I need to replace them because they're too long.
Do you know how long a tube of toothpaste lasts that guy? When he only has one tooth to
Probably
brush?
a decade.
Just if he was in prison, he'd be cheap. Here's your $1 for 10 years.
What the hell?
Toothpaste.
What are you doing? Where that
You're the one who's putting bombs everywhere.
Hey, if you're on a walk in a minefield, you better look and see where you're walking because you might get blowed up.
No, I'll just send
Oh,
somebody.
wait, I'll go.
I'll just send some little kid out in front of me and say, "Now be careful, Bobby." Yep, there's one.
That's what you do with the
Okay,
prisoners.
Jenny, come over here. Your brother Bobby didn't make it. So well,
Mike, that's what you do with your prisoners. You send them out.
well, that's what the Vietnamese did with their prisoners. They gathered up. Run out there in that minefield.
Now go! No, I ain't going.
I
Oh,
like-
there you are. And they'd laugh.
I like
they'd
the
make-
World War II deal where there was no prisoners. It was just you guys did enough nasty stuff that we're not taking prisoners anymore.
Yeah, and we're not gonna say that anybody committed suicide anymore either, because there's way too many of you. Too many unhappy people. So let's
They tested poor mom for COVID as she was laying there.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Oh, I drove that thing.
yeah,
up
she
her nose.
went. She went.
Yeah, I know. And usually, whoever's in charge of doing that,
They're cruel.
they really have no sympathy for anything.
No, they don't. They're doing a speed demon job, and the faster they go, the better they think they are.
Well,
I said she ain't got COVID. I said we haven't even been anywhere.
hasn't had time.
2
to get it
years.
yet. She hasn't only been here 5 minutes.
Yeah, the only place she's going to get COVID is in
From
your
you.
hospital.
It's from you Sally.
Just don't take me to a hospital.
I'm not going.
If I'm in bad shape, just lay me down.
I'm gonna lay you down like we're doing Alizane. I'll just give you food every now and then.
Then I'll shit and you can clean it up.
Yeah, we'll just do that. So Joe, is that what you want to?
You better not be around me. See, we're not going to help you.
We're not gonna let you die.
We're just going to feed you every once in a while.
You're ready to die. You could just pass out by yourself.
Well, that's what used to happen.
Well, you'll do like Dad did and go, I can't eat. No, I'm done. I'm done.
Here, eat again.
Dad, eat.
I'm completely full. I don't care. Eat.
And Mom was like, you eat it. Mom, if you don't eat it, you know what happens? Yeah, you die.
What the hell did you do?
I dropped
You
one.
threw the goddamn nut away.
Where is it?
Well, somebody put sawdust on the floor.
I did.
That's like camouflage for nothing.
There it is. There it is.
Where's your camouflage nut at?
I got it. Don't you be messing around my nuts.
I don't have any yeller bolts or nuts.
Leave my nuts alone, you bastard. You're always trying to grab my nuts.
Somebody's got to.
Here, take 4 of this.
I have been deprived.
Last person-
heathen put that together.
Last person that grabbed my nuts was named Michelle.
You ought to know. You are so close to what a heathen would be to be putting those things on. His name is Leon. A heathen. Actually, he was asleep.
A short heathen, or
A heathen.
Heaping. Hey,
Actually,
we got. You're not taking this all off, are you? We got this all hooked up.
do I care?
That'd be interesting.
Well, it's,
No,
it's still on
normal
this.
Shit. It's okay. Yeah, I see him when they pick shit up like that and drop it. It's like, oh, my God, we shouldn't have done that.
Son of a bitch.
You son of a musket eater, my God, boy. My name is Roy.
There.
I love you, boy. You stay the summer with me,
Let's see.
and I'll buy you a car in the fall.